Welcome to Meganet Gaming, and what we're going to go over today is one of the many Virtual Boy games that I had at the time. Well, I had 5 games altogether. This is going to be the third one that I cover in a review, and that is Golf for the Virtual Boy. Go ahead and get this up and running. Golf was developed by T&E Soft. Developed by T&E Soft, published by Nintendo, was released in North America in November of 1995. A single-player golf game. It takes place in a fictional 18-hole Papillion Golf and Country Club. There's 2 modes of play: tournament and stroke. Tournaments where you compete against 47 virtual opponents, and stroke is where you attempt to beat your previous high score. Has all the standard things you'd expect from a golf game, and at the time it had mixed reviews. Some places praising it, other places being less than impressed. So let's go ahead and get this all pulled up. I got this game when it came out. It was only, I think, $2.99 at the time. $2.50 is in a Walmart bin. So here we go. So you have a variety of holes you can choose from here. You have the stance you can change, shot, menu, direction, club. That is how you don't hit the ball. It is quite the tricky game. And I know it doesn't look all that great on watching this on something other than the Virtual Boy. It's actually not all that bad when you're doing it on the Virtual Boy. You get the 3D effect. And by default it does pick the club it feels is the best one for the job. Yeah, I think this is like a par 4. Yep. So you get on this. Ah, come on. It's kind of cheesy music, but it's good enough. There we go, we got it to land on the green. When it's on the green, you have a different interface for putting. It's kind of this one, which is not all that uncommon for games at the time. Almost got a triple bogey. Once you get used to the controls, it's really not a bad golf game. It handles quite well. And while some of the interface features are a bit quick, once you get the timing down, it's an okay golf game. Virtual Boy is more portable. It would have been quite a bit better of an experience, but since you're kind of confined to that tripod, if you're going to already be sitting at home or someplace where you could potentially have an actual gaming system, there are other options. There you have the trees, which look very flat, but they do look fairly 3D if you're looking at the Virtual Boy. There we go, that's a better shot. And it does give you little messages saying good shot if you do a good shot. We got a double bogey. It's a bare bones golf game for the Virtual Boy. It has an interface that is skill based and makes sense. It has all the clubs you'd expect, and has basically all the bare minimum features you'd expect from a golf game. It doesn't do anything particularly well. The courses are fairly generic, but given it's on the Virtual Boy, it's difficult to make them all that different, at least in visual extras. But the holes are well designed. But really, at the end of the day, what you have here is what made this game one of the ones I chose was the fact that a lot of the other games at the time for the Virtual Boy were even more lackluster than this one, including Waterworld, which I did a review on. So basically what you have here is a mediocre golf game. It does the bare minimum of what you expect from a golf game, has courses that are acceptable to play on, but not much else. So as far as a score for it, I'm going to go ahead and say it's an average game. It's mediocre. And as far as putting it someplace on the list, I am going to put it below Tommy Lasorda Baseball and above Frogger. So if you have a Virtual Boy, this is kind of a middle of the road game for the system. It's just a golf game. It has basically just a bare minimum of what you'd expect from a playable golf game, which isn't necessarily bad. If you love golf and have a Virtual Boy, you'll have some fun in this. Otherwise, there's nothing terribly impressive here to draw in somebody. It definitely wouldn't be a game that would draw in many kids at the time who might have been interested in a Virtual Boy, which there weren't that many, as you can tell by looking at the sales figures. The music isn't terrible, but it does get a bit grating after a while. There's not much variety to the music, nor is there much variety to the graphics. And perhaps with a Mario tie-in and some refinement to the gameplay, they could have had a game that had the charm of Mario Tennis. But instead, you're just left with generic golf. Hope you enjoyed the review. Please like, subscribe, and have a great day.